All right, let's knock out some geometry homework. So, 2.4, slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. All right, for exercises 1 and 2, are the two lines parallel? Explain. Okay, for this to work, right, parallel, this means same slope. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, right? The same slope. If two lines have the same slope, then they're definitely parallel. All right, so let's look at number 1. L1. So we have, they look like they go in the same direction, but we just can't guess, right? We have to figure out what the slope is. So if you start at a point, I'm going up 2, and then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 over 6, which is 1/3, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, up 2 over 6, which is 1/3. So both lines have the same slope. So L1 and L2 are parallel. And you say, why? Explain. Because they have the same slope. Okay, we're going to do the same thing in number 2. So these are negative because they're going down and to the right. Just at a glance, they're going down and to the right, so they're negative. So we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So down 9. So -9. And to the right, 1, 2. All right, that's the slope for L2. Slope for L1, or actually that's the slope for L1. Now we're doing L2. This is going to be down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to the right, 1, 2. So down 8 and over 2. Here, they are not parallel. Because the numbers are different, right? -9 over 2 is different from -8 over 2. Different slopes. Right, not same slopes. We'll explain if two lines are perpendicular. So for number 3, perpendicular, our explanation is going to be opposite reciprocals. That's how we know if they're perpendicular, if they're opposite reciprocals. Right, an example of that would be, say, I'm just making this up, 3 and -1 over 3. Right, one's negative and one's positive. That's the opposite part. And then the reciprocal part is that you flip one, right? All whole numbers are really over 1. So you flip it. So change the sign and flip it. That's what it is. Okay, number 3. So let's do L1. The slope of L1 is going to be down 1, 2, 3. So -3. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3. So -3 over 3. That's the slope of L1, which is basically -1, right? Slope is usually m, and we reduce it to -1. All right, L2, this is going to be, we can go up. So I want to switch colors. All right, so we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up 5. And then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Over 7. Again, comparing the slopes of L1 and L2, they are not perpendicular, right? They're not opposite reciprocals. Or number 4. Same idea. Looking at L1 first. So L1, we're going to go down, so negative. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So down 8, and then to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is negative 2. Right, negative 4. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. So the slope of L1 is negative 2. So let's look at the slope of L2. So we start at a point and we go up. So it's positive 1, 2, 3. So L2, we're going up 3 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This reduces to 1 over 2. And here we see that one's negative and one's positive. 1 over 2 would flip to 2 over 1. So yes, these are perpendicular. And it's because they have opposite reciprocals. They are perpendicular. Okay. We want to write an equation of the line that's parallel and an equation of the line that's perpendicular to the given line that contains C. Okay. So this is my point. X1, Y1. Right, point C. It has to contain this point. Then it has to be either parallel or perpendicular to the given line. The slope that they gave us is negative 5, right? The slope is always in front of the x value in y equals mx plus b form, right? This is definitely y equals mx plus b form. The m here is negative 5. So 2 equations, one parallel and one being perpendicular. So let's do the parallel line first. So we have we have to use point slope form mainly because we have a point and we have a slope. So point slope form because we have a point and a slope. So it's going to be y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. And we just plug in the pieces that we know. Right? We plug in the pieces that we know. We know y1, we know x1, and we know m. We just rewrite it. Y minus, in this case, y1 is negative 2. So the first mistake that you have to avoid is the negative in the equation and the negative in the point. M is negative 5. X minus x1, in this case, is also 5. Okay, there it is. There's the point slope form. Does it say what equation we want? No, it doesn't say. So, I mean, that's the equation right there. You probably won't ever see an answer that looks like this, though. It'll typically be in y equals mx plus b form. So let's do that. So first thing, y plus 2. Then we're going to distribute the negative 5. So negative 5x plus 25. Minus 2 because we're solving for y. Y is equal to negative 5x plus 23. This line is parallel to the given line and contains the slope 5, negative 2. All right, we're going to do the exact same thing, except we want perpendicular. So I have to flip the slope. So the slope that we're going to use right now is positive 1/5. Right? It was negative, so I need it to be positive, and we have to flip it. When you flip 5, it becomes 1/5. That's the slope that we're going to use now. So we're starting over. Y minus y1, again, y1 is negative 2, equals the slope of positive 1/5 now, x minus 5. So we rewrote the exact same equation except with a different slope, a slope that'll make it perpendicular. All right, simplifying this, we're going to get y plus 2, distribute 1/5 x minus 1/5 times 5 is just 1. So minus 2, final answer, y is equal to 1/5 x minus 3. So the big takeaway here is point slope formula, because we have a point and we have a known slope, and then same slope for parallel, and then opposite reciprocal slope for perpendicular. Let's do it again. Right away I label x1, y1. Anytime I have a point, I label it out of instinct. The slope in this case is going to be 2. That's my m. And now we go to point slope form. And I'm going to do parallel first. So y minus y1 here is going to be 1, equals m, in this case is 2, times x minus x1, 8. All right. Let's distribute the 2. So y minus 1 is equal to 2x minus 16. When we add 1 to both sides, we get y is equal to 2x minus 15. That's parallel. Now, for the perpendicular one, we have to flip the slope. So the slope that I'm going to use is negative 1/2. Right, 1 was positive, so it has to be negative now, and we flip it. So going back to our equation, y minus 1, right, y1, and this is going to be equal to negative 1/2 times x minus 8. So that's the point slope form. So when we want it in slope intercept form, we're going to distribute the 1/2. So y minus 1 is equal to negative 1/2 x plus 1/2 times 8, 4. Right, negative times negative is a positive, that's y plus, and then 1/2 times 4, or 1/2 times 8, which is 4. Add 1 to both sides because we want to solve for y. This is 1/2 x plus 5. All right, one more time. Again, x1, y1. Slope, negative 1/4, because it's in the y equals mx plus b form, and the m is the coefficient, the number in front of the x. Okay, y minus y1 is 3, equals negative 1/4. We're doing parallel, so I'm using the same slope, times x minus x1, which is 4. Okay, distributing the negative 1/4, we get negative 1/4 x minus times the negative is a positive. 1/4 times 4, the 4's cancel, leaving behind 1. And of course, y minus 3. Add 3 to both sides. We get y is equal to negative 1/4 plus 4. And this line is parallel to the given line and goes through 4, 3. All right. Finding the perpendicular equation, we're going to take the slope and flip it. So it was originally negative, so now it's going to be positive. 1/4 flips to 4. So going to our equation, y minus y1 equals negative, or actually 4, right? Because we want perpendicular. It was negative 1/4. Now it's 4 times x minus 4. Okay, distributing the 4, we get y minus 3 is equal to 4x minus 16. 4 times 4 is 16. And positive times the negative is negative. All right. Solving for y, we add 3 to both sides. Y is equal to 4x minus 13. Number 8. Y is equal to mx plus b, so that's the form that it's in. So right away, x1, y1, and the slope is 2/3. All right, finding the parallel line, we say y minus y1. So y1 is 6 equals, same slope because we want parallel, 2/3 times x minus x1, which is 0. Okay, solving for y minus 6 is equal to, distribute the 2/3, 2/3 x, 2, and 0 times anything is 0, so I'm not going to write anything. Getting y by itself, we add 6 to both sides. Therefore, y is equal to 2/3 x plus 6. And there's the line parallel to the given line through point 0.06. Okay, for perpendicular to the line, we're going to flip the slope and make it negative. So 2/3 flips to 3/2, and instead of positive, we want negative. So this is going to be y minus y1, which is 6, equals the slope we're using, negative 3/2, times x minus 0, x1. Okay, solving for y and distributing the negative 2/3 x, we get y minus 6 is equal to negative 3/2 x, and then 0 times anything is 0. Adding 6 to both sides, we get y is equal negative 3/2 x plus 6. And there's the line that's perpendicular. Is that it? No, we got 2 more. Okay. So, number 9. Rewrite each equation in slope-intercept form if necessary. Then, determine whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, so slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So we're solving for y. All right, in the first equation, y equals x plus 8. So the slope here, the coefficient in front of x is 1. Second equation, we're going to solve for y. So I'm subtracting x from both sides. So we get negative 2y is equal to negative x plus 4. But you can't combine a x term and a non-x term. So they just go side by side. Now we divide everything by negative 2 because we're trying to get y by itself. This is negative 2 times y, so we're going to undo the term by dividing, right? Opposite of multiplication. So divide everything by negative 2. Everything by negative 2. So we get, in the end, on the left-hand side, the 2's are going to cancel. The negatives are going to cancel. Therefore, y is equal to negative divided by negative is a positive. So that's going to cancel. Right, this is going to cancel, leaving behind positive 1/2 x, and then positive divided by negative is a negative. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the slope that we're looking at is 1/2. Compare it to the slope in the original equation, or the first equation rather. They're not parallel because they're not the same. They're not perpendicular because they're both positive, so neither. Right, they're not the same. They're not opposite reciprocals, so they're neither. All right, last question. Number 10. So the first equation, we're going to minus 6x from both sides. So 2y is equal to minus 6x plus 18. Divide everything by 2, and we get cancels on the left. So y is equal to negative 6 over 2. So that's negative 3x. And then 18 divided by 2 is 9. So the slope that we're concerned with is negative 3. Second equation, we're going to subtract 12x from both sides. So we get 4y is equal to negative 12x plus 24. Now we're going to divide everything by 4 because we want to get y by itself. So we get y is equal to negative 12 divided by 4. So that's negative 3. X plus 24 divided by 4 is 6. All right. The slope we're looking for is negative 3. So when we compare the two, it's the same slope. And that means they're parallel. Okay. Hopefully this helps someone out. Catch you guys in the next video.